Okay. Okay. So we're here today, and we're interviewing Jonathan Yang and his mom and dad, and the journey that he has taken to get to where he is today, and also the effort on his mom and his dad's part. Um, so thank you for being here with us. Can you please just introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about, school, your likes, your dislikes, your grade, just a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Jonathan. So I am a junior now. Been skating for almost 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, almost 7 years now.
Since 10.
Yeah, so it's like almost 7 years. And then, so school-wise, I like, or my strong points are math and science, and those are probably my favorite classes. And then I don't really like English. English is not really my thing. Yeah.
Okay. Do your parents want to introduce themselves?
So, we are the parents of Jonathan. Anything else you need to know?
No, that's a lot though.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Của Kevin luôn luôn bị mong câu nè. Sự muốn dạ.
Okay, so these questions are, we're going to start with you, Jonathan. These are just questions that I will ask in English. Just do your best to answer them. Okay.
Right.
The first one I want to ask you is, your story has really inspired Hmong Globe, and we've been watching you, on social media, and we want to get to know how you have gotten to where you are today. How did you first get exposed to skating? Just so that you sort of lead a path for people that might want to go in the road that you have taken.
Right.
So tell us how you got
So
exposed to it.
basically, it was my parents. They got me into this wonderful world here.
Your mom. Your dad did not really.
Yeah, it was mainly my mom. So Michelle, she took Michelle and she started skating first, and then she asked me if I wanted to try it, and then I gave it a try.
It was just so that you would learn to skate because we live in the state of Minnesota.
It's always cold.
It's always cold, and there's always outdoor ice rinks, and so I thought it would be good. So we started exposing the kids to all the different community activities that they offer. So we signed them up for different activities, and ice skating just happens to be one of them. And it was really, that was all. We just started. We just went in there. We just wanted them to learn how to skate so that in the winter, they would have activities that we can still do.
Yeah, just to keep the kids occupied.
Yep. So that was how we got introduced to skating because I signed them up for ice skating lessons.
Why skating? Like, there were so many. There's ice hockey. There's
I'm small.
Yeah. So
I'd be pushed around a lot in hockey.
Yeah, but you didn't really. Did you like anything else though, honey? Because remember,
soccer, but we did also do soccer.
Yeah, we did do soccer. Yes. Yeah. But so they actually so we've started Taekwondo since he was about 6 years old, 6 or 7. So we've always done that it was my husband and the kids that always did that. And then as they got a little older, we try to introduce them to other sports. And Jonathan doesn't really care for basketball or baseball or football. When you were interested in soccer. But he ended up giving up soccer because soccer and ice skating, the practice time are the same. It's all after school. And so he had to kind of pick and choose one. And I said, well, honey, which one do you want to do more? And what did you say?
I ended up skating.
Yes.
Okay. So your mom signed you up for these community activities.
Basically.
How did your sort of a career now, your young career, how did that bloom? How did you go from just going to these community events and now all of a sudden you're this great skater that competes?
It's a good question. I don't remember.
How did that come about?
How do you not remember this? Gosh. So, just so that you guys understand, in the world of figure skating, Jonathan is actually a very senior, older skater. So, typically, these kids start when they're 3 or 4. And they keep doing this until by the time they're like in their early teens, they're competing and whatnot. And so Jonathan didn't really get started seriously until he was about 10 years old. And the reason that it was because even though we were doing group lessons, a couple of the coaches would come up to me and say, your son, you really should consider putting him in private lesson. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. He's just skating. It's fine. But then this one other coach came up to my husband.
What was his name? Igor.
Yes.
It was Igor.
Came up to my husband it was on a Saturday morning class, and he's like, your son really has potential. I want to coach him. I want to build a team, and I really think that your son has potential. So when we kept hearing this from different coaches, we thought, okay, all right, well, I guess we need to really think about, pursuing a private coach. And we first started in Woodbury, but Woodbury had very few boys. So, lo chỉ mua cho nhiều túi trong gì trong đi nhớ tàu Woodbury mua có theo ít two Indian boy, just the two of you. So he really would prefer to go skate at a club where there's a lot more boys his age. And so I started Googling and searching on the internet and discovered St. Paul Figure Skating Club. So one Friday night I found out that they had a boys skating class on Friday night. So I sent my husband and my son to go over there to go check it out so they can just kind of watch and see how the skating lessons would go. And they went there, and we started with just signing up for boys group lesson a couple of times a week, and then he kept progressing, and so he ended up taking more private lesson. And it's just so the past 3 years he's gotten to the point where he's been competing competitively and making it to competing at the national level for boys in his age group or his level, skating level. So that's kind of how we progressed from just doing group skating to being where he's at. It's really because the people that were there, a lot of them has made comment, and so we headed over to skate at St. Paul Figure Skating, and it's all been just, you get there and the coaches, they just keep saying, okay, now we need to do this, and so here we are.
Where do you compete? I mean, it's like local groups, and then you qualify and then go on to national groups. Is that how the world of skating works?
Regional to sectionals to nationals, and then depending on your level, so like if you're novice, junior, or senior, like at any competition, if you hit like a certain score, I think last year was like 165 for novice. I got 167 or something like that. Like I would be put into the international. My name would be put into like a pool of other names, and like we'd be picked to see if we would go compete internationally and represent the U.S. for other competitions.
Okay, so there is. Only because I don't know. There is this other world, this whole world of figure skating.
There is, yes, and we didn't know either. Trust me, we went into this knowing nothing, and it's like I told my husband, I'm like, we just wanted to introduce our kids to all these different activities to see what it is that they're interested in and see what it is that they're passionate about, and so. If you would have told me like 10 years ago that we would know everything there is to know about golf and we would know everything there is to know about figure skating, we would say, are you crazy? Why would we do that? But we have, just because those were that's where our kids were kind of gravitating toward. And so we were very ignorant going to figure skating. We just know what everybody else know, what you see on TV, what those skaters do when they're competing on TV and at the Olympics and whatnot. And so it has been a very enlightening experience learning about...
The blind lead the blind.
Yeah. We have definitely learned a lot about the world of figure skating. We've definitely come a long way.
Quite a lot.
How often do you practice?
Monday through Friday, for like 2.5 hours I'm on the ice.
but you get there at the rink at 2:30,
2:30, and I don't
and
get done around
you don't get
6:30.
until 6:30.
In the morning?
No.
No.
No. Okay.
After
So
school.
right after school, yeah. So after school,
Okay.
he gets to the rink by 2:30 in the afternoon, and then we pick him up by about 6:30 in the evening.
Do you do that on your own effort, or do you have a coach, or?
I have 2 coaches. I have one for an hour and I have one for half an hour, and then I have like time by myself.
Okay.
And you also have a
Oh, and then
choreographer.
yeah. But
So it just
I have
depends
that in a while.
on what he's working on, but in general, he always has the 2 coaches that he works with on a daily basis.
So do you go because you have to work with your coaches? Do you do this on your own effort too, or you feel like, even if my coaches are not here, I want to go because this is what I love to do?
Usually, if they're not there, I still go.
Okay.
Like when Ben's gonna be on his vacation, I'm still gonna go in and do what I need to do.
Why do you do that?
Because to make improvement. If I don't go in a certain day, I will be missing the opportunity to become better, basically.
Kids, what are some things that you have done? Well, you said a little bit of what you've done as a parent. Give us some more details of what is required as parents to get your kids to this point, and they're still young, where they haven't reached their goals yet. And how much effort have you both done? What have you done to get your kids to this point in life?
I think as parents, I think that in general, I think everybody kind of have a vision and a goal of what kind of how they see the future is. And I think for us, we've always wanted to help them find what it is that they are passionate about or that they love to do. And so we've always just tried to do different things until they found that one thing that they think they're really passionate about. And then we support them in all of the ways that we can. And with Jonathan, it is a really, and it's not just Jonathan, I think it's a lot of really high, athletes that are, whether they're like, if you read or if you listen or watch some of the backstories to the Olympic stories, you know that those family has made so much sacrifices in order for their person to get to that level. And skating is one of those sports where it is the whole family. Everybody has to make that sacrifice. When Jonathan started skating when he was 10 years old, at age 10, we didn't feel safe to just leave him at the rink. So we would have everybody at the rink. Because Jonathan's the oldest. He is the oldest of all of our kids. Our kids they're like 2 years apart. And so Jonathan was 10, so that means we had an 8 years old, a 6-year-old, and we had a 4-year-old. We all lived at the rink every day. And we had to do that for Jonathan until he was probably about 12, 13, where we felt like we could just drop him off over there and he would be okay. But as you can see, because we have to do that, our kids every day, they would bring snacks and they would pack their backpack and their homework, and we do homework at the rink. And we just had to do what we had to do. Now that Jonathan's older and we feel like we just drop him off there and he goes off and do his own thing, then we now can take the other girls, we can take the girls to the range, or we can take them to their other activities. But definitely, it's a whole family. Everybody has to make the sacrifice. Everybody has to make it work. I think that because I travel for work too, sometimes I could be gone, on a weekly basis. And so it really helps that my dad retired about, 3 years ago? And so, bless him, he comes and he stays with us from Monday through Friday, and he picks Jonathan up from the school. So he picks Jonathan up at the school, and then he drops Jonathan at the rink. If he doesn't do that, that means that either my husband or I have to take time off of our work schedule to come and pick him up. And so, not only is my dad helping us out, in our immediate family, we're making sacrifices, but it's really all of us trying to do our part to help Jonathan, do his part. So it's my husband, and sometimes it's just like we get home and we have no time to cook, because it's like oh, this one's got to be here, this one's got to be there, this one's got, oh, somebody's got to go pick up that one. And so it's just we have to constantly text each other, honey, did you go pick up so and so? Oh, you better go do this, I'll go do this, you know. And then we make it all back home around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, you know, you call những sĩ rồi hành tôi khoa thì ước xa thì dùng thì bé phụ trợ cho nhỏ cho mình chờ bạn học mong này involve in mong kiếm gì cho một làm vòng mong cứ vậy vì trong một phớt rồi đó thì ước của xa thì quá.
But if they like that and if that's what they want to do, you know, we would certainly support them in that too.
Ba sự mà khó nhiều đó hành mà linh nhận lần gì tệ thế, chúng mà all the people support thế, thì giờ là fire chỉ những fire from job là đó họ thì sometimes thì okay, giờ còn tàu tụ nó cho một trâu tàu lên thì cái mù là sẽ chỉ chỗ này là lên okay thì okay, mù có lọ có một lọ có, so half day là cho thầu grandpa to pick ตอนนึงจะgiờ to sacrifice yourself either go take off between lunch là giờ thì day of work chỉ có một mà make up mà nhớ li nhớ hồ lực cái bút số một, so we have to sacrifice nhưng mà thì make sure playing golf thế thì anh nhận gì chỉ cho xin chỉ thì mới sacrifice mà nữa họ thể thử được là xin chỉ chỉ tiếp cận một cái nào, được họ tụi nó thôi cho thử nửa pi li chỉ phương mù ý là đi tụi họ chọn tụi nhau thế luôn là thì thế rồi thì nửa tàu auto tàu là quá tàu auto tàu nó thì những supply nó tại lý sự, so it's really hard.
Yeah. It's very hard to get to where you are. That it just doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
The reason I asked this question is because I think it's a lot for a family, but I think it's something that the Hmong community in general can learn from. You know, I'm an educator. I work in the school system, and then I also teach at the university. And one of the things we try to teach our parents is, well, once they get out of school, they have to have activities that have to continue, because that after school is the best time for them to either be really engaged in their schoolwork and engage in very structured activities, or they can be engaged in other non-structured activities. Yes. And so I think what you did as parents and what you sacrificed, you're right, everything that you do for your kids is a sacrifice, and you certainly sacrificed a lot. And what I'm hearing from you is that it just didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of effort, a lot of coordinating, and some support from relatives outside.
Oh yeah, my parents have definitely helped us out a lot. And, you know, like even now, if there's certain day, you know, that one of us is, or I have a meeting, or I'm out of town, when my dad has an appointment, whatever, we have to coordinate among my brothers and my sister and us to try to figure out, okay, who can help us out today? Sure. I mean, you know, it's just a constant issue. And I think now that they're a little older, now Jonathan is finally, he has his permit. So hopefully he will be able to drive himself soon. That will help us out a lot. But that is what, you know, one of the things that we really want to do is to make sure that we not only keep their brains stimulated and they're in school and for them to understand the importance of education, but also we want them to be able to pursue whatever it is that may be their interest or their passion. And I truly believe that if you find something that you love and that you find that you also have a little talent, and you put those two combination together, that could just create all kinds of wonderful things. And not only that, but it also keeps him out of trouble, because Jonathan, honestly, since 10 years old, he doesn't know anything but school and skating. He has no other life. That is all that he knows. He goes to school, we pick him up, drop him off at the rink, and then he's doing his thing at the rink. He gets home, he eats dinner, he does his homework. The next day it repeats. And the only time that he really has off from skating year round, he skates year round, is really just Saturday and Sunday. So that is this is the only life that Jonathan knows. He doesn't know, like, if I don't know what Jonathan would do if we didn't have this consistency, you know. This is what he knows. This is all that he does. And so so far it has kept him out of trouble.
Jonathan, what about skating are you so passionate about? Why skating? Is it like do you feel like you're flying on the ice? What is it that you love about skating?
It just feels great out there, to be honest. To me, it's a great feeling for me. I mean, maybe for other people it's cold, or it's like, it's hard, it's unbalanced. To me, it just feels natural to me. So, basically.
When you're on the ice, do you tell a story?
So, I start off my day with a few laps around the rink.
Okay.
It's like a run to get your muscle like moving and ready for the day, and just to get warm. And then you do a little stretch out, so like you don't pull anything or like hurt yourself, so your injuries. And then I guess I start with like some warm up stuff, like they're called bouncing stretches. Basically, it's just me like moving my muscle like a little fast, so I get them moving, like running around the rink. And then I start off with jumps, and then I do more jumps, and that's about it. My warm, I'm not sure how else to describe it.
So that's your warm up.
Yeah, and then I get my skates on. I get on the ice. I take a few laps to get warm again. Get my my legs used to being on the ice again after taking a little bit off, and then just do some edges. Get ready for what is gonna be next. So then I do landing exercises. So like when I do jumps, I have like make my landings better basically, and then I have spins to get myself ready to rotate. Otherwise, jumping would be hard because when you're doing triples, there's like 3 times around in the air. Like that's a lot of force and energy by itself.
You really have to push yourself up there.
Getting the spins done will help like get you back to that feeling because you're gonna need it.
Okay.
And then
can you stand up?
Can you demo? Can you demo your double axel like you're
I'm gonna have to move this table then. Oh, this would be kind of hard. Let me do it this way. So basically, it's just that. Are you ready? Go. And that's like a very easy basic jump.
Okay. What is the hardest skill that you compete on the skate?
That would be my triple toe.
Okay.
Combination.
Yeah, pretty much a combination jump or my 3-jump combination.
Triple triple toe. Yeah. So it's like you do where you go, you're up in the air and you spin around 3 times, and then you jump up in the air again and you do another.
So basically, there's no break in between. So after you land the first one, you have to get back up into it and do it again, like that. Unless, I mean, it depends if I. Let's just believe that because for sure we're gonna get that.
That's the hardest one. But and your triple axel, that's the other hard one that you're working on.
Yes. It's been a while since I've done those.
But at each level of skating, the difficulty increases, and so this year as a junior, he's going to have more combination, and he's still working on trying to get his triple axel. So, like in general, if you look at men's figure skating, the U.S. men's, our problem is that we just don't have a lot of. By the time you're a senior and you're competing, like the people that you see on TV, they have to be able to do quads, which means they need to spin 4 times up in the air and then land on all of these different jumps. And we, right now in the U.S., we have 2 Chinese American boys, Nathan Chen and Vincent Zhao. Those are our best, how should we say, our best chances for winning competition worldwide. And actually, Nathan Chen just won the world.
Yeah.
Because Yuzuru Hanyu did not show up. But those are that's the goals that as a senior skater, if you really want to be competitive, that's what you have to be able to reach. So if you compare that to Jonathan is doing triples. And in order for him to get to the senior level, to be really competitive, he really would have to get all of his quads down.
Quad
Just
jumps?
anything.
Yeah, the quad jumps.
Quad
Yeah,
jumps, if that's
they're all,
what it's
yes.
called. Okay. How close are you to that?
I've done, the only quad I've tried is quad toe.
Tell me more about that.
I mean, it's okay. I just have to work on it more,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay.
I think the more I do it, like, that's basically like everything. It's like practice. The more you do it, the better it gets. So I just need to work on it more. And then we'll just see how it goes from there.
Okay. Jonathan, what is your dream
Ooh, for skating? Right now,
for yourself? For your
for
life.
myself?
I mean,
Okay.
does it involve skating or does it not? I don't know.
to be honest, I'm not sure yet. Like,
Yeah.
for me, it's still kind of like, because when I get to college, it would be like battling between needing time to be on the ice and time for school. So I'm not sure how I'm going to balance that out first. So that'll be one thing to get through
Okay.
first, yeah. Before I can think of anything else.
You're not far from college.
No, I'm a
Have you
junior
thought
this
about
year.
it?
Not yet. Not really.
What is it that you want to do in college?
Probably go in the medical field, basically.
Or chemistry. You want to major in
Or
chemistry. Chemistry.
Chemistry's nice.
Okay.
Going on
Yeah,
17.
in the last 7 year, how many times have you compete to work? How many level have you been accomplished in the way that in your skill, the way you are?
Let's see.
So you made it to
Juve.
nationals.
That was intermediate year.
Yeah.
So Juve, I went from regionals to sectionals. I didn't make it to nationals that year. Intermediate, I went all the way to nationals. I got through regionals, got through sectionals, and got through nationals.
You got through national on novice.
And then novice twice,
And then this year.
all the way to nationals. And this year we're doing junior. And if I can get on the international team this year, it'll be great. Yeah, that's the goal. And then also doing well at nationals this year too would be nice.
Tell me more about international. Are you when you say international? Because you're speaking to someone that does not know anything about skating.
My bad.
So,
Okay.
when
So
you-
basically,
Yeah.
I will be given a chance to go compete,
to represent the
represent
U.S.
U.S. and
Okay,
other different
that's what you
countries,
said
basically.
earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
International.
there are competitions all the time,
Throughout the
Most of it, yeah.
internationally.
Yep.
Okay.
Except like when our regional starts and sectionals, like most places around the world have their own regionals and sectionals.
Each
So-
country has their own.
Yep.
But in the U.S., just so you understand about the regional and sectional and national, so the U.S. is divided into 12 regional area. So like our region, what they call Upper Great Lakes, we are Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, part of Michigan. So like those states, when we say regional, every year in October, we have regional. So in our area of the United States, everybody else in the United States is also having their competition.
Sure.
So everybody goes and compete at regional, and they take the top 4. So those top 4 then goes into what we call sectional. And the U.S. is divided into 3 sections. So it's the Pacific, the Midwest, and then the Eastern. And of course, we're in the Midwest. So that means all of those different people, the top 4 from each of those section, they compete at the section level, and they only move the top 4 to go and compete at the national level, which means now the best of the Pacific, the best of the Midwest, the best of the East Coast, they come and they compete to see who's going to be, who's the top one in that level in the United States.
So you've accomplished a lot to get to national. It's a lot of beating other people up. Not physically.
Yeah,
put it
not
that way.
physically. Not physically.
That's a really good accomplishment. Good
I
for
think
you.
it's a lot to do with pressures.
Yeah.
Thôi nếu như mà nếu okay thì chỉ có một số national thì TV and all those come up là cho nó thì you feel like you show you
You put it on a bigger stage,
Sure.
basically. So
Yeah.
it's a lot more.
Last
The
year-
light
Yeah,
is
for sure.
really,
Yeah,
really
that-
high.
Figure skate na na ya. You have to judge by each judge na. How hard it is to you to impress them or to make sure that they understand your skill.
So, what I've been told is that I have a very likable trait, and I don't know. That's just what I've been told. All right, and then I have my coaches. They have connections with judges. So then they would have a few judges come in, or he would take videos of my skating and then show it to the judges, and they would tell my coaches what they like about it, what they don't like about it, and how to make it better. So then we can also improve from that.
Yeah, so throughout
Otherwise-
the year, that's what you're working on.
And then
in general, it's just for spins, it has to be fast and it has to look nice. Jumps, big, fast, strong, and smooth. Yeah. That's basic concepts. And then
to earn all the points.
yeah, to earn all the points. And then technical no, that's technical, but component wise, which is basically like your artistic, your edges, how well you interpret the music, that just comes to how you skate to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so nhớ đồng skate nó mà lấy một judge cho to judge judge có chỉ có thuộc có một skate nó chỉ là những mối có sắm cái các program mà ok thuộc có làm nó chỉ bỏ thì có first jump ya lúc triple ya lúc double ya lúc single jump nữa
Okay.
chỉ lấy bỏ thì thuộc có làm nó thì có làm nó chỉ bỏ thì ok triple jump thì có chỉ qua triple chỉ lấy mua có hạt thì
You missed.
you miss it
Yeah.
Okay.
Negative,
thì
negative.
thuộc có là có chúa có ba thì có nhân chân cái ba thì nó làm là có tí nhân chân thì có là có miss lại là chỉ bỏ thì ok có miss có lúc double là chỉ chơi hắn nó phải mình chơi được nắp cái có vậy
Okay.
họจะก็ jump ก็เรามา touch the ice แล้วนะจะแล้วมาที่ score แล้วเขา system แล้วเดี๋ยวโอเคก็ touch ice แล้ว maybe แล้ว cut ไปช่วย point off
So like the judging piece of it could be sort of subjective,
It is.
depending on how likable
Yeah.
you present
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
The other piece I wanted to talk to you about is I know that it isn't just your being there, your presence, and your effort as parents, but also I'm assuming this includes a lot of financial support. What can you say what can your parents say to the community out there? We're sort of focused on our kids,
Yeah.
and we get criticized for it. Like we sometimes we don't get to go to the family gathering,
Yeah.
to the traditional waneng.
Hubli,
Sometimes we don't get to
yeah.
go to those things, and we get criticized for it. Talk about the financial supports and talk about why you prioritize your kids first.
yeah ค่ะขณะที่เตะอย่างนี้เดี๋ยว that's why ไปเที่ยวเนี่ยจะใช้ตรงนั้น we had there we do everything for the kid อย่าอุตส่าห์แต่ว่าอย่าอุ้มอย่ารู้ใจดีชีพหมดตัวmillions อย่างหมดจะเทเนี่ยแล้วอีกทีนะเป๊ะพาหมดตัวชีพพาเสียเจตัวพาเสียเจตัวรู้ใจตรงนี้ห่างอย่างเงี้ย
I know, but we spend all
Yeah.
that money on our
But
kids instead.
besides the wall-
So we live in a mediocre
you know
house.
ย่อเขาจุ๊ตรงนี้น่ะซื้อเจ็บเป็นย่อจะจีนจะชีพแต่หมดเป๊ะพาหมดตัวปลอกพาชีพพาแล้วจะพอเราจะเครียดอะไรกันแล้วพอ better and down แต่ because ถอยเป๊ะเฉยๆเราตัวจะเป็นชีพปออาชีลีน่ะไปอย่างตัวเสาสลับไปเตะเราจีมอเสาเช้าแต่ชีถอยตรงนั้นจะเป๊ะแต่โอเคเป๊ะจีมอเขา chance หมดว่าตอนนั้นจะรีบจะ move on to the next generation จะเป๊ะแต่เทียสาแต่เจจงเราชี้เนาะเนี่ยจนเราจะหมดจะเนี่ยพอต่อจากตัวจะมีจะให้ซะ financial ซึ่งมันตัวนั้น cost ชาเป๊ะที่อะไร play piano ที่ violin ที่ golf แล้วกันเลยจะแล้วเป๊ะตัวที่ชิมบอลเลยเนี่ยเดี๋ยว cost financial ซึ่งจะนึกถึงยาว maybe 4 of our เป๊ะจะ half financial ตัวเขาจะ
He's 1/6
Yeah.
of the
The
family,
bad thing-
and he costs the
the bad
most.
thing about ice skating ก็หมดเขาตื่นก็จุดเจ้าตัว coach นะก็หมดเลยที่พูดก็ว่า
Oh, okay.
เจตัวโค้ชมันเจแล้วเศร้ารู้แล้วก็ตัวเทแล้วรู้แล้วโฮเทลแล้วก็ตัวเทแล้วโฮเทลเจก็จุดเทแล้วเขาเลยตัวตัวกันย่อโฮแล้วเขาเอาหรือเวชแท้เจก็จุดเทตัวเลยจะร่วมหมอนอที่ชีเทเจ everything ตัวอยู่รู้ชัวร์เด้อเจเขาเขาเข้าสลายอยากเป็นหมูปืนสลิดปลอกชิโน่เจแล้วเศร้ารู้แล้วมันปืนปลอกชิมโฮเทลแล้วน่าปลอกชิโน่เทเจแล้วจะสมองแล้วตรงดักกันย่อตะก็หมูcompete ตรงนั้นเราเลยจึงชาอยู่กันเที่ยงเราเจเขาcost a lot of money
Sure.
Yes.
yeah
You know, I think we all have money. We just prioritize how we're going to use that
Sure.
money, you know.
That's a good way.
And yeah, I think that money, it's not that, you know, like I said, it's your vision, it's your values. How do you want your future and your kids' future? And it's because we have certain visions and we really do want to support our kids in all that we can. So we do make the sacrifice. And yeah, people probably think we're crazy. People probably say, why are you wasting all this money? You could be living, you know, because like my husband said, we decided that we'd rather spend that money to try to help our kids in any way that we can. And so that they will, oh my God, because you pay all they call you you shouldn't go any further than where you're at. And so we really hope that we will give our kids the bridge to get to that next point, whatever that next point is, because I think we want to move forward all the time. We don't really want to, go backward.
Like my husband always takes our kids golfing, always takes them golfing, and like our relatives would say, well, no, well, she's in it, right? Why do you have to take your kids golfing? Don't have no more. It's better, and I think we disagree because we want to put our kids first, and they have golf lessons, and it isn't that we don't respect our relatives, but we will make time for you when we are done with our kids. Do you have that criticism as well?
Mostly the majors, definitely.
The really important, we make time. Sure, we do. We make time.
Waiting like the halal, we make time. We try to set the schedule. Don't yet. I have picnic dinner soon. We miss the lula. To summer, me show golf.
Yeah, that's our busy schedule with skating competition and golf.
Me show golf.
They're Waverly and then
we love done holy. They don't do not die to good night to the penny mood hot little Jose John Pado thought. Right. They are actually your family laying high. Just too much money and it was guessing like that. Wow, you're more young like in my chair. She was on the kids at Tony. Yeah, the father. Only sad there while we only live once. The how what you thought, you try to push you tell me a shell of moto, it to day. I got, got in your surgery, what moon, not the British on the same thing party. Friday night, birthday party celebrating ho pe mà lo chế từ chỉ bố là lù từ chỉ bố trả lù ta là the people in say you go people know how to
sure this is going to put you on the spot a little bit, parents. So do you see a difference between your children and those children around that surround you? I just putting you on the spot. And it's okay to brag about
it's kind of awkward. I don't know. I really feel that people have different values, and you have different standards. And I think that what is okay for one person is not okay for another person. And so I will admit that I'm pretty bad, and I do have my standard, and I expect my kids to live up to my standard. I'm sure they hate me for it, but my kids still don't reach my standards, so I don't know. I keep thinking,
so high goals,
you still have more work to do, dude. We're not there yet.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that is the kind of mom you have, isn't it?
High expectations, high goals.
Yeah, I really feel like people just have different value. And then you're gonna make you're gonna do whatever you have to do to make that happen. But if it's not important to you, then whatever, right? And I think it's just my husband and I, we have this one vision for how we want to raise our kids, and so everything that we do is how do we make that goal? Because like I said, prior to our kids starting golf, my husband and I could care less about golf, okay? Yeah. We know nothing about golf. And then now we go to the golf course, and then there's my husband and us with our kids, And so, we are kind of the oddball, but, we didn't pick up golf. We learned about golf because our kids picked up golf. And so it's just what they do, and so we follow along and we try to support them and help them the best we can.
Yeah, you bought we bought so many there. We bought so many don't between you jump your one you just get this jump your they have different vision, they have different
everybody has different visions.
So you jump so let beside the TV to school then lấy cho cousin cho cái tí cho nó chỉ lấy thả mà lấy thả là một trò đê đen thả tí lấy cho nó chỉ lấy thả lông cô lông trâu lông trâu lười giả tên nó đau thế chỉ lấy cho nó chỉ lấy trộn dầu là thế đó có thể lấy cho bôi hot sauce này giả đó có lấy nhớ tại in the city thế nó chỉ lấy đồng phong cho trong chỉ lấy thả cho đê đen thả cho út thả cho nó chỉ nó một trâu lười giả thế lấy chim trong đi lấy cho nó chỉ lấy phơi sáng khó tiệt
No, it's because mom and dad says college, no dating, college, no dating.
Bây giờ bỏ cái cho mình lấy nhà, tôi tới cho thì chỉ mới cho trong ấy giờ cái tí này chỉ là một lời you cha thì you trong cha được tu thì sẽ là cứ sao thì là better là put sa there maybe they too good for us nó chỉ có put gì you bỏ ham in your distance là đi cho cái tin đó là tiền yeah nhưng có đi đó họ ra thì có cho mình là nhớ đi mình sợ là một tổng cả bây giờ một ở bên họ thiên ra từ một tổng national bây giờ gì cũng như chỉ sa tiền này cứ đó họ thì có tí tôi giang này nhỉ bây giờ thì chỉ là put sa tiền oh make it chỉ là put sa tiền chỉ là so good for usแล้วมันเขาเฟซแล้วก็อยู่จะเรื่องก็ดีอ๋อล้าเราเนี่ยเราอยู่จะก็ดีแล้วอ๋อล้าเรา try to distance from them อย่างเราพูดsa tiền oh they think they're so good for usเนี่ย
But in reality, you're just so busy. With your
Yeah,
kids,
seriously,
you just don't
we're
have
not
time.
even
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
We're just like, how do we make sure
Sure.
they get to
Yeah.
where?
So Jonathan, how is the road to the Olympic? How far from you? And isn't that a dream that you actually do what you're doing today?
Yes, that would be very nice, but then again, it all depends on how I'm going to be able to balance out skating and college altogether. That's one thing. Otherwise, the Olympics, for me, how far away I am from it,
one more day
I just have to get my quads, basically.
Yeah, if you can land all your quads this year, next year you go into senior.
Shit,
Yeah, you're in.
Olympics wouldn't be too far off.
But
Just need the
it's
quads.
it's getting those quads. Yes, that is the hard step.
thế giờ thì giờ nên pin cho nó thôi nên trâu xong xa xong thì nên pin cho nên chẳng hạn nên nhon xí nhiều là cho nên tao muốn đi tới mọi năm việc là thì chỉ vì để pin li thì chỉ là pin li thì sao thôi tới mọi nông thì nó chỉ tới giờ struggle như thế như nào jump between your college là thế nào thì nên có đi you thôi như nó thì nên mua tà nó chỉ có gì xong là chỉ nhiều cái nhon xí nhiều level thì tới mua gần college đó rồi thì cái giờ mua jump between họ nó chỉ giờ you really good Olympic thì anh tôi thì next year thì muốn senior là thì không bị okay, anh cứ là thì muốn tao lại, thì bố mà sai tăng cho và nhớ hỗ trợ cho mình cái nó thì cho về là cứ chỉ mỗi yếu bị thùng nhiều số chứ, làm cho trong cho nó cho nó sẽ, yeah thì giờ nếu anh nói và focus thế giờ pin gió thì thế rồi nhưng okay là thế thì nhiều chỉ bao này
We're late.
yeah nhiều chỉ
We're
bao
late to the game.
lấy cho cổ xác có gì xong chơi lấy tí nhau xí nhiều là chơi lấy tí một tông Olympic thì sử dụng thì dùng bắt đầu nói thì dùng pili chơi cái một level họ nó một level nó chỉ tới thôi lấy cho thì tao lấy ít nhiều trong sau tao lấy nên chỉ là một 2 years tao lấy nhau ít level tao 3 years nhau ít level là lấy chúng một time họ dùng mà dùng push cho họ có gì trong đó số chơi dùng lúc chơi là pin hạ tôi là chơi thôi nó chơi dùng trong một lời giải thế là dùng chúng một time là thế là chơi trong đó chơi slow down cho nó này.
Jonathan, what do you want to say to the boy in your age? What do you want to say to the Hmong boy?
Other 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds?
Yeah, on a girl in your age that do what you do is a normal life.
Basically. All the other people, they have more time to hang out with friends. I don't really have that many chances to go hang out with friends. More time to do homework, catch up, more time to sleep, more time to relax.
You don't have that.
Nope. But I exercise. I know a lot of people don't exercise.
That's
I get a lot of exercise, but I am tired. Like, it takes a lot more energy. And
What are you learning from all of this?
from skating,
Well, from
Like-
what you said, you don't get sleep. I mean, what is it teaching you? Because I feel like it's teaching you a bigger idea.
it
of
is the
what
bigger
life is
idea
like. Okay.
because my mom's always stressed. So I kind of somewhat feel how stressed it can be. Except mine's more physical and hers is just
Mental?
Yeah. So I mean,
Mental
it's
stress.
almost there. I guess mine is closer to the reality of what my life will be when I get older. Like, you won't have much time to slack off or entertain yourself with the internet or hang out with friends.
Yeah, as Bill Gates says, your company didn't pay for you to find yourself. You better find yourself outside of work.
So
Yeah. So what I hear you're saying is you're with all of these things that you're learning at at a very young age, that you carry that as you get into adulthood, and it teaches you sort of how to organize your time, that you save entertainment for later once you've met all your priorities.
or not have any entertainment at all.
Right. But but what I also hear you say is that you're happy with it. Like that a regular 16 or 17-year-old doesn't have to date. They don't have to talk about dating. They can just be like you and be perfectly normal and be fine with it, you know?
I don't know about normal, but I'm okay.
Yeah, but you're okay with it,
I'm
and it
okay.
has taught you well. Because I think about relatives that I know, and like your dad said, at 16, 17, they start talking about, well, I love you to their boyfriends and girlfriends, and really, my husband and I talk about it, and we want to say, hey, how do you know? What do you know about love? You don't know anything yet.
Love is kind of like, I'm not really sure about that topic yet.
Right.
I've still like I barely scratched the surface of it, so I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, yeah, and as an educator, I see it all the time. I see it as young as like 5th grade, and so
that's quite that's quite young.
So that's why I say it's okay for you not to talk about those for a normal growing teenager not to know about that yet, and for you have turned out well, and it's okay.
Plus, you won't get into this from my mom. you won't know if they're healthy for you or unhealthy for you.
Sure.
Because some can be a lot of them, or most of the time, they are very influential, and they can lead you down the right path or the wrong path. They can be supportive or unsupportive. So it's like, I guess I feel like it's better when you're older because you know what's good for you and what's not good for you. So it'd be better to choose your partner that time. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to ask? You want to tell the Hmong community, or you want to tell the coach, or you want to tell the United States that whatever your dream is, you're making to achieve that dream? Like for both of you, like, do you have anything else to say?
Honey, I was just thinking one thing. Like a lot of our people would look at us and they say, "Oh my God, you guys are crazy." Okay, but golf parents we think we're crazy. No, they're crazy. They're like they're more hardcore
Crazier.
than we are. Okay, so you decide that okay, so you just you just good enough now. Okay, skating skating we meet all kinds of parents from all different ethnicities and whatnot. And we think we're like, dang, we work so hard, and then we meet these other parents and they're like, you think that, so I think that's what it is. It's like you only know what's around you, and until you actually are around other people that are just as crazy as you or even more passionate about things like that you realize that maybe we're not as crazy. It's just all relative.
Yeah, because in order to be good, can you phone can you phone can you say yeah, you 2 days out of the week, you're good enough. Like you come 4-5 days out of the week, right? Because you think, wow, mình này chứ thì tôi sao tôi, okay, so now the how you do la go for the neก็มารีบอยู่มวยผ่านเนี่ยแต่อยู่ซะแต่เลยตอนละมอพาตอนเป็นว้าวแล้วมึงยันตอนเช้าเลยที่เขาอยู่ปุ๊บปอที่กูจิปอแต่เห็นในจอมเนี่ยแต่ฉันจอนั้นมันยังมาแล้วจิตชุดเสื้อบ่ชัวให้อยู่ป้านแล้วบ่ชัวตัวแล้วใช่มั้ย Okay, so they don't have a dream ก็จั่วเดียวโอเคเขานอนจงแล้วเดียวอย่าป้าก็อะไรก็พูดเคลียร์แล้วจะมาปอแต่ว้าวเขาจิงเลยไปจันยอมปลาเต้ไปป้อเดี๋ยวไปป้อนเชิญน่ะไม่ใช่ไปจะลอดติดตรงไปป้อนเชิญหาแล้วจะนำเลยชิป้อนเชิญเนี่ยตรงนี้ตุนใส่ล้อไอ้ตรงก็จะถอยนี่ชิป้อนเชิญเด็กก็จะแค่เดียวก็อยู่ยังนะก็อยู่เลยจ้ะก็ปัจจัยมีการแต่ละยังมาลงจอขอนะจอมปลงเนี่ยเดี๋ยวลูกขอแต่ละจุ่มซะนั่นก็ทั้งหมดจอมปลงตีแต่ลูกขอแล้วมันรีบพลาดอายุมันใส่ยุ่งเชื่อจ้าซื้อเจ๊โอเคมันใส่จุดที่ผมพลาดเลยก็เดียวก็ชิดต่อใส่ยังไงยะตรงนั้นเดี๋ยวอยู่ป่าเดี๋ยวอย่าไปจนถึงนะอย่าอยู่ซาเดียอยู่ซาก็อยู่จำเนี่ยรงเจยตัวเจาะจนถึงว่าหลังหมดซาอย่าอยู่ซาเจก็ตอนแล้วเจวันนี้พระตากูปัญญาให้ก็ตื้อซาแต่ก็ว่าให้ก็อยู่ที่ป่าอยู่จะก็ที่อยู่อันนี้ที่ชิป่าเดี๋ยวจะตอนแล้วจึงให้ชาอยู่ซอเดี๋ยวอะไรตอนแล้วเราแก่ก็เชื่อจำเนี่ยแล้วตอนเราก็แก่เชื่อเลย
Oh yeah, their parents are so dedicated.
Yeah.
Are dedicated.
Rồi. Dạ cái cho nó cái sao để mà tôi phát cái sự lựa chọn bao nhiêu thế, giờ lựa chọn data cái lựa chọn nhưng mà muốn chọn lựa chọn resource shift đâu cha nhiều thế này, thì có một cái resource shift đó nó shift đó nó để thổ thà để cái tổ nhất chỉ cái nhau nó sẽ vậy, cái một nhất chỉ tổ thì cái chỉ muốn nhất họ thì bây chỉ trong lựa chọn mình cái nào bây giờ make millionaire này, bây giờ millionaire thì bây giờ nhau nó thôi, thì chỉเขาtrong nó thìเขาlựa chọn muốn nhiều nó chỉ là chỉ muốn chọn mình nhỏ vào talent thế thì cho các một trong những talent này trên hình nho trong nhà thì bên nó sẽ cái giống một cái job leadership một đoạn để thủng một đoạn thì các xã thì ok có tiêu chuẩn chứng đội cao độ này giống như thì cụ thể trong này quan niệm thìว่าsau trên nhỉว่าเขาเนี่ยเอาตัว emergency fund เลยmore insurance เลย protect anything happen ด้วยจำเนี่ยสิ่งนี้แล้วจะ everything got to throw in there ว่าเรียกว่าไอ้ตัวว่า Chinese philosopher ให้เติมกันเนาะนะก็จะจุกเทก็จะมอง fish ก็จะมอง fish แล้วก็จะมีนอกอะไรอย่างเงี้ยnhớ tao túi nhìn là nó tạt cái chỉ tạt thì nó chỉ có tiền
nhớ muốn nuông chè đi chào
muốn nuông chè từ nè bé là chỉ tới cho họ hay là muốn có cá chỉ nuông chè rồi nó chè là tuần là có thế này rồi bây giờ chè nó những cái sao thì ok chỉ tao muốn không muốn nhiều là cái tuần ngà chỉ tao muốn cái tuần là cho nhớ tao cái là chỉ ship chân chỉ ship hậu nuông mua chỉ ship gì chỉ có nuông mua thế rồi bây giờ chè như thế chè tao ship cho biết số thì nó chắc bắt được tụi nó nhận nó chè bán chỉ ủa lên tới trong nhà tao thao thế chè life là chỉ mua lên theo有年直接对只说去查的，好像 tax 要封到是啊，
说的高
被
丽
个就是么年了，了么年了，就是为的了 direct 了叫了 direct 了叫 resource 么多了好了，就了 last focus 了叫么样，就了叫么样走的叫了去看了找我了找我红我打这看我打了就 that's it，就突然那的跟我找那个。ตรงก็นะก็จะมีอย่างก็ต้องตรงกระโปรงมาก็หมดจำมาเจียมาได้เที่ยวเกาหลีเที่ยวว่าชัวร์ก็เสียนะเจ้ากันสปอร์ตอีตัวมองของเราไปจากมองจ้องชัดเจนแต่สิชิมอีตัวมันอย่างมองอย่างเขาจำอย่างตู้เขียวแต่ชิมเขาจำอย่างใช่เจ้าช่องตาอย่างเขามองตีมองวุ่นถักกูตัวเที่ยวมองอีตัวอย่างใส่มองยาเที่ยวเจ้าอย่างเขาบอกเอาไปตัวพับเจ้าอยู่อย่างสาเดียวว่าไปจริงชวนได้ไปจะจบ